video number 2 on the 23rd of July 2023. We're just coming back to pavement on the west side of Harrison Lake near the Chehalis Resort, which is where the term Sasquatch was first coined in April of 1929 thanks to an article by J.W. Burns that appeared in Maclean's magazine April Fool's Day, entitled Introducing BC's Hairy Giants. Just took the vehicle out of four-wheel drive. We're getting into smoother sailing now. Coming near the salmon hatchery where we're back on pavement. I'll keep this film going for you folks who don't know what this area looks like of Sasquatch history. That road off to the left there heads up toward Moore's Mountain, going to the Chehalis Legends back in the day. It's where the Sasquatch would gather every 5 years. They showed the displeasure of being driven out of this semi-civilization by the Chehalis First Nations. Remember, their word was basically Sasquatch. Basically take the word basket, drop the B and add SAS to it. And J.W. Burns wrote his article and he mispronounced the word and he called it Sasquatch. And it's been known as Sasquatch in Canada ever since. The American term Bigfoot came about in the late 1950s when Jerry Crew was photographed with the Bluff Creek Timber Access Road tracks. Bigfoot was born. So basically Sasquatch is the Canadian name, Bigfoot's the American name for the same thing. But I thought you folks would like to see this historical area. I've done films on this before, but I'm usually driving through it after dark. This new Subaru Sambar of mine is quite a good little vehicle, but it definitely needs new shocks, new springs, better tires for the poor surface roads. I mean, it can do it, but I'm just not that young anymore. This road here is known as Morris Valley Road, connects to Hemlock Valley Road, which has now been renamed Sasquatch Resort up there. Is that you trying to say something, Bill? back during the day, back in the 70s when I first came here, there used to be these huge stumps on the side of the road, like that one right there. We used to call them sash stumps because in the dark they looked like something. You'd look twice at them, so we weren't sure it's even moved. I remember coming back and down here with Renee, the late Renee DeHend and the late John Green, and hearing all their stories about their investigations during the 60s and 70s, or 60s and the 50s. Nothing much around here has changed. The old Girder Bridge we're approaching has been replaced by a new modern one. The old Girder Bridge, you used to have to stop with oncoming traffic because it was single lane only. I miss it because, you know, it had personality. Buddy Bill Reed is behind me in his truck. Gas station. You can see the Sasquatch symbol on the Chehalis Reserve. It is their official symbol. And here's a new bridge. They even made the road curve. The old bridge used to be just to the right of it here. I miss the old bridge. And of course, this picnic there has been closed down to anybody now because, I don't know, they're throwing a hissy fit. They don't want anyone in here. Here's the new bridge over the Chehalis River. Entrance to the Chehalis campground. We're now approaching the Morris Valley Road flats, better known as Chehalis Flats. It's a long history of reports, sightings, and footprint findings. I've looked into a few myself over the years. And of course, is where the screams known as the Chehalis Sounds were recorded back in 2004, between 2004 and 2005 and 6. And we later, Jerry Match and myself later confirmed was emitted by a coyote, which caused all the stir in the Sasquatch field, because it basically confirmed, at least in my mind, that other alleged Sasquatch recorded screens from, you know, Snohomish 1979, Puyallup 1969-70, Klamath River 1993 were all probably coyote in origin. A lot of people just didn't want to hear that, but hey, that's what I saw, that's what it did, those are the facts in a nutshell. Here ahead of you to the left is the Chehalis Flats. water level's real low now. Sometimes when the spring runout comes, this area is a big lake. When the fall it goes down and it's just a tributary of creeks through marshland, and in the fall the salmon run is quite extensive here. And like I said, a long history reports. I've looked into a number of footprint findings myself. Led sightings here out on the flats. According to Chehalis people, it's a favorite area for them to encounter such a creature, at least according to their oral history and tradition. But it's also a place where, you know, coyotes like to howl out and make strange noise that people mistake for Sasquatch or assume are Sasquatch out of wishful thinking. And there you go. Now this neighborhood to the left here is rather new. When the Chehalis Flats recordings were made at the time, these houses hadn't been built yet. None of this was here. Ive Resort for all the rich people to go golfing. It's a Sunday, so there's a lot of people, but quite frankly, this is the most vehicles I've seen around here. Busiest Sunday I've seen in a long time. Not much chance of seeing a Sasquatch, so many people running around. And now we're approaching Lougheed Highway 7, also known as Scenic Sasquatch Drive, and we're about to pull in to the driveway of the long heralded Sasquatch Inn. Fuck.